Okay, folks, as we know that the 2023 draft is now in the books, and we're ready to talk a little bit more about that process, more so with the players who signed as undrafted free agents. That's where we here at LockerTalk here host Barry Barnes of LockerTalk podcast, what we normally just deal with pretty much those undrafted guys that's going to pretty much take some positions, some spots from players that were undrafted. So we're going to get into that, but just going to address this one particular thing that's been surfacing this all weekend long, pretty much coming to Monday mornings. And I just want to open up with this as a service announcement. The NFL is not a charity case. Let's get that straight. The NFL is not a charity case. I mean, it really drives me crazy that here we go. The people from the HBCU brand want to complain and cry and whine. Well, only one player from the HBCU platform was drafted this year, and we look at this young man that got drafted in the 7th round from Jackson State with Isaiah Bolden, who was really a talented defensive back that came from that process when he was there with the great Deion Sanders. He is a good talent. Not surprised that he was drafted. Not surprised he was the only one from the HBCU platform to be drafted. Listen, folks, until the HBCU platform themselves decide to put money into their program, it's going to continue to be like this. The HBCU program this year really was not that strong for us talent to have players drafted. And the reason why I say the NFL is not a charity case is because they're not going to just select and draft players just because they went to HBCU. The scouts in the NFL, their job is to find the right players, the best players to make their ball club better, period. They don't care where those players come from, whether it's HBCU, Power 5, Division 2, Division 3, Low Division 1, it doesn't matter. If this young man can play and can help this team win, they will select you. And they will go off even to bring in some players that went undrafted. Now, yes, only one player from the HBCU platform was drafted, but 17 HBCU players signed as undrafted free agents. Now, would they all survive after the rookie minicamp? No, they will not. Well, most of them will at least make it to the training camp. Nope, that's not going to happen either, because the process is difficult. Getting to the NFL is hard. Now with the XFL and the USFL, with their talented players coming into the pipeline that will eventually sign on to teams, it's going to be even harder. So to think and have the notion that the NFL is only going to cater to HBCU players and try to get these guys into the NFL, that's not their job. Their job for the players for the HBCU to get noticed and to get picked in the NFL comes down to the schools. Until the schools decide to put money into their programs, their football programs, and stop having this lame type of product that they had that we see on Saturdays, it's not going to change. Yes, we had a Legacy Bowl. Yes, we had the HBCU Combine. Yeah, that's cute, but it's still HBCU poor level of football compared to your Power 5 and also other small Division 1 schools out there that do put money into their program. Until the HBCU platform decide to put money into their program, it's going to continue. They still going to have this piss poor compared to the other types of level of college football, thinking that these guys are good enough to get into the NFL. It's not. I would say to the players that go to HBCU schools, if you have an opportunity to leave, go, because they're not putting money into their program. And if you had the opportunity to actually invest into yourself, that you get the training privately away from the platform to make yourselves better, to get attention, to get in front of NFL scouts, you need to do so. Because right now, collectively, not all, but collectively, the HBCU programs, they just want to cry and want to whine while they're not getting looked at, but not putting money into their facilities. They have money, they get money. Don't give me that BS about they do not receive money. Yes, they do. They do receive money, but they're left to put into other things, primarily into academia. Understand that? Totally understand that. And there's a reason why HBCU institutions was put together. I understand that. But don't come crying if you're not putting money into your facility and not recognizing that scouts are not coming to your schools to get these young men, to develop these young men to be at least be good enough to get in front of NFL scouts. It's going to get continued. So stop all this whining and complaining about HBCU platform, players not getting picked up, because the platform collectively is not good. It's not as good compared to your Power 5 and also these other small schools. Here, I'm no longer going to segregate the evaluation process. Hey, look, talent is talent, and there's players out there that's good enough. I'm gonna combine them all in one big cluster. For instance, like when we look at running backs, hey, Jamel McClellan and also Marcus Cooper, they were the best running backs from other small schools, better than any running back in the HBCU whole entire platform this year. And hell yeah, those two guys, we're gonna talk about those guys a little bit later. Yes, because those guys are really talented. I mean, when we look at what progress for us African Americans, what we see here is that, hey, we are making progress. Heck, we had 3 African American quarterbacks that got drafted within the first 4 picks of the first round of the 2023 NFL draft. So we are making the progress that we need as a people. So let's not segregate the process HBCU compared to other small schools, because in all essence, it's all about trying to find the right talent, not catering to that. We're only looking for and evaluating talented players that are good enough to get in front of NFL scouts and hope to get to the NFL. So stop all this whining. Until the institutions put money into their facilities, it's not going to change. So stop crying and thinking that the NFL has some kind of plot and not having HBCU players get into the NFL. That is not true. I know this personally. So stop all that whining, put into your facilities, put into your players, then we'll see a change. Programs that are good coaches, but who are not being supported by the institutions to allow those coaches to be able to really show what they can do if they have the backing. Most of these coaches do not have the backing. So stop whining, stop complaining. Until y'all start putting money into your facilities, that's when you'll see a change for HBCU football play.